There's a difference between prophecy and prediction. Prophecy is not prediction. Prophecy is foretelling the mind of God. Somebody who is predicting could preempt, and sometimes it doesn't come to pass. But when you talk about prophecy, the word prophecy comes from the word foretelling. It means foretelling. To prophesize, it's foretelling. To foretell what will happen in the future. People can also predict the future. For example, you have these guys who study geology. You have these guys who study the weather. They could predict what the weather, or forecast what the weather looks like tomorrow. You have the sorcerers who can predict. But when you talk about prophecy, a prophecy that is a divine prophecy is foretelling, if to foretell a future event. And when you get to prophecy are in different classes. Sometimes somebody could be given a word of wisdom and people classify it to be prophecy. And somebody could be given a word of knowledge and some people can, classify it to be prophecy. Word of knowledge is foretelling the things behind, to speak about what has happened in the past and now. Word of wisdom is to speak about what will happen tomorrow in the future. For example, we had Joseph who interpreted the dream of the king, who said what will happen in the next 7 years, and after that 7 years what will happen in the last 7 years. That's the word of wisdom. Now, where we have issues is a lot of people don't even understand what prophecy is all about. Prophecy is bringing the mind of God to tell about what will happen in the future. And every nation, the Bible says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Every group of persons, churches, nation, individuals need to know the mind of God per time. So prophecy is bringing the mind of God to God's people. And you see, when you have prophecy, it brings edification. The word edification means to build. So prophecy doesn't destroy people's faith. It builds people's faith on what God wants to do. This is what I believe God wants to do in this season. I believe God is taking us as a nation to higher heights, to new grounds. And I see spiritually that so many churches who are not founded on the foundation of Christ will be exposed. And I also see that many of the political leaders that we have seen on the scene for the past 20 years plus, God is removing all of them. There is a change. There is a great change coming in the leadership of nations. God is raising new army for him. God is raising a new group of people. They are going to come like the ruminants, and he's going to put them on the throne. From one nation to another nation, God is going to raise people who will retire most of the African monarchs. Most of the African leaders that we call leaders are not leaders. They are monarchs. Some of them are trial. They have enslaved people. And so God is bringing a liberation to the destiny of people. Thank you.